God says it's an emergency. A big tragedy is coming your way. Don't delay anymore. This message will vanish in 35 seconds. Open this message quickly or you'll cry desperately. Child, listen. This is not a moment to scroll past or to brush off as another message in the noise. I, the Lord your God, am speaking. Something is moving in the unseen. A storm is coming. The kind that doesn't knock first. It tears through, breaking what you thought was secure. If you keep ignoring the signs, if you delay even a little longer, it may be too late. This is a divine interruption. I've stopped time for you, because something precious is about to slip through your hands if you don't act now. Watch this through, or you may regret missing what I've been urgently trying to get your heart to hear. Comment, Amen. If you feel this stirring deep inside your chest, there is an emergency in your spiritual realm. A shaking has already begun. The enemy has laid traps ahead of you. He's been preparing a tragedy masked as coincidence. But I have been watching you, and I refuse to let this destruction take you without first warning you. I am stepping in now with force. That pain you've been carrying, that confusion about why everything's been falling apart, it's because something dark was scheduled to enter your life. But I've put a stop to it. You're not listening to this by chance. I am reaching for you before the enemy reaches what he's been aiming for. I need you to understand this right now. What's ahead can either break you or bless you depending on how you respond at this very moment. This is a threshold, the kind of moment heaven takes record of. You are standing in a spiritual intersection. One turn leads to heartbreak, one leads to healing, one leads to losing something you love, one leads to gaining more than you prayed for. But you can't go both ways. You must choose now. The time to delay is over. This message is not just a warning, it's also a lifeline. Hold on. You've been feeling it, haven't you? The anxiety that creeps in at night, the tension in your chest you can't explain, the strange restlessness, the dreams that feel too real, the feeling that something is off. That's not random. That's me, sounding the alarm in your spirit. I've been tapping your heart, whispering in your ear, stirring your soul. You've been under spiritual attack and didn't even know the full extent. What you call confusion, I call spiritual warfare. But you are not defenseless. I am your shield. Comment 1111 if you believe that I, the Lord, am your protection. There are people in your life who have been planted by darkness to pull you out of your calling. There are situations coming that look like blessings, but they are distractions. Do not move without my voice. You are my child, chosen and loved. But even chosen people can fall into tragedy if they ignore the voice that calls them out of danger. What's ahead is urgent. You're not imagining things. That pressure in your spirit is real. That's my warning, not fear. Fear paralyzes. But I am calling you to act in faith. I need you to understand something else. The enemy doesn't attack what doesn't threaten him. He's been watching your progress, your prayers, your quiet obedience. He sees the favor that surrounds you. He knows your breakthrough is near. That's why he's launching this ambush, but I'm intercepting it right now with these words, because your future is still in my hands. But if you let this moment pass, if you walk away unchanged, that protection begins to weaken. Not because I stop loving you, but because you step out from under my covering. I don't want you living in fear, but I do need you to live alert. You've trusted me before, now I need you to trust me again. Things are going to shift quickly in your life. What looks secure will shake. What looks impossible will open. But only if you remain in my presence. This is not the time to go numb. This is the time to wake up. I'm giving you this message as a clear signal. The people who miss it will walk blind into the days ahead, but those who listen will walk with authority, with insight, with peace in the middle of chaos. This message will not stay forever. And you might not get another one before the next wave comes. I'm not giving this to scare you. I'm giving it to save you. You've been praying for protection, for clarity, for breakthrough. This is part of the answer. I am revealing the danger before it hits, so that when others fall, you will stand. When others panic, you will be still. Not because you're stronger, but because you trusted the one who sees the end from the beginning. There is an urgency for you to return to me with your full heart. No more halfway prayers. No more treating my presence like a backup plan. You are not safe in the plans you've made without me. You are not safe in your own understanding. But under my wing, you are hidden. Under my hand, you are secured. I go before you and I fight the battles you never even see. But I need your attention. I need your heart. I need your surrender. If this message has made its way to you, it's because the enemy's next move has already begun forming. But I am ahead of it. Nothing surprises me. What was meant to take you out will backfire if you stay connected to me. I will use what was sent to destroy you to prepare you for glory. You are not alone. You are not forgotten, but you must not delay. Tragedy is not your destiny, but obedience is your only shield. And yes, child, I need you to like this video right now, not for vanity, but so that others may be warned and saved by what you have already heard. That simple act may spread a word that pulls someone back from the edge. A neuroscientist says yes. A 9-word script, long buried in government files, can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You are part of something bigger. The warfare over your life is evidence of your value. That dark cloud, that strange tension, those doors that suddenly closed, they were signs, not of punishment, but of preservation. I blocked some things to protect you. I shut some paths because they were traps. You cried, but I was saving you. Now I need you to rise, to open your eyes, and to follow my lead without hesitation. You need to hear this clearly. I did not bring you this far to abandon you, but I will not let you walk into traps you weren't built to survive. That heaviness you feel isn't just emotion. It's the pressure of what's trying to break through into your life. The enemy has been whispering lies, trying to wear you down quietly. But I speak louder in truth. I said I'd be with you in the fire. And I am. But this time, I need you to let go of the things that have weakened your grip on me. I've seen you distracted, caught in cycles, almost giving up. Comment 222 if you still trust me, even with what you don't yet understand. Don't wait for tragedy to teach you what obedience would have prevented. I am not saying this to scare you, but to shake you awake. Some of the heartbreak you faced already was not punishment, but a wake-up call. I pulled things away that were never sent by me. I stopped certain people from staying because they were carrying spiritual weight that would have crushed your calling. You cried, I know, but I caught every tear. What I removed wasn't meant to be permanent in your life. What's coming next is greater, but it will demand more of you. I need your heart clear, your spirit alert, and your ears open. There are moments when delay is disobedience. This is one of them. If you try to go back to how things were before you heard my voice, you will walk straight into a storm you are not covered for. But if you stay close, if you move with me, I will cover you with favor so powerful that even your enemies will be confused by how you keep standing. I will make a way. I will open doors, but I will not bless plans that ignore my presence. I want to remind you again that this is not just about you. The enemy has targeted your mind because he's afraid of your influence. He's afraid of what happens when you wake up fully. He's terrified of your obedience. You are a carrier of light. You are a threat to darkness. That's why the pressure has been relentless. That's why the warfare intensified. But I've never taken my eyes off you. I've been surrounding you, even when you couldn't feel me. My protection doesn't always look like comfort. Sometimes it looks like the delay you didn't understand. Sometimes it feels like silence. But I have never left. You keep asking me why things haven't worked out the way you imagined. But child, I'm not building what you imagined. I'm building what I promised. And what I've promised is stronger than anything you could plan. My plans don't just bless you, they protect you. That's why the relationships that weren't rooted in me crumbled. That's why the doors that weren't anointed stayed shut. You thought it was rejection, but it was my redirection. You thought it was loss, but it was my love in disguise. I need you to lean into me now, more than ever. Stop running back to what felt familiar but made you weak. Stop trying to fill the silence with noise. This is the season where I need you to recognize my voice, even when it's not loud. The enemy shouts to confuse. I whisper to guide. You've been praying for answers, but answers come through alignment. You must align your heart with mine. That's where clarity lives. That's where peace flows. That's where the tragedy is stopped before it can form. You may not see it yet, but you are protected. Even now, even in this moment, my angels surround you. I am blocking what you'll never know tried to come for you. I am the one who wakes you in the middle of the night when your spirit is unsettled. I am the one who closed the deal that wasn't from me. I am the one who broke the connection that was draining your soul. You're not unlucky. You're loved. You're not forgotten. You're covered. And yes, you're not too late, but you must not wait any longer. There are blessings prepared for your obedience, miracles lined up behind your surrender, provision assigned to your name. But none of it activates without your yes. Not just your emotional yes, but your consistent yes. The kind that says, God, I will follow even when I don't see where it leads. I will trust even when it costs me. That's the kind of faith that shakes darkness. That's the kind of trust that triggers breakthrough. And that's what I'm calling you to today. Comment 333 to declare that your faith is still alive and active. The time is short. Not because I want to frighten you, but because I want to prepare you. The world is shifting. People are falling into despair. But I want you standing in peace, marked by my presence. The kind of peace that confuses everyone else. I want you to carry light into places where darkness thought it had won. I want your life to be a testimony of protection, favor, and divine turnaround. But I need your attention. I need your surrender. The danger is not that you fall. It's that you fall asleep spiritually while standing. The enemy isn't always loud. Sometimes he works in silence, behind moments that feel normal. He builds storms in the dark, so that by the time you see them, it feels too late. That's why I had to interrupt you. I had to get through. This is your wake-up call. And child, I need you to understand the weight of it. Not because I want you afraid, but because I want you protected. You've come too far to let the wrong decision steal your future now. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed a 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now you can reverse it. Say these 9 words and wealth starts to follow you starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There are conversations happening behind your back that I've already silenced. There are plans being made against you that I've already scattered. You don't even know how many times I've shielded you without your awareness. You were driving, and I blocked an accident. You were trusting the wrong people, and I exposed the truth. You were walking straight into spiritual danger, and I let it fall apart so you wouldn't fall into a trap. That's who I am. I rescue before the fall. But I also require your willingness to keep walking with me when it doesn't make sense. Comment 555. If you believe I've saved you more times than you know, now let me tell you something important. There's a blessing that's been waiting on the other side of your obedience. Not just a breakthrough for you, but for your family, your household, your future legacy. The enemy saw the ripple effect of your yes, and that's why he's been relentless. He doesn't just want to delay you, he wants to confuse you so badly that you turn back. But hear me, you are closer now than you've ever been. You are just one obedient step away from the thing you've been crying out for in secret. That's why I say it again. Don't delay. Don't ignore this moment. You've ignored nudges before and felt the weight of regret. You've brushed off warnings and found yourself in valleys I never meant for you to enter. But I didn't stop loving you. I picked you up. I brought you here. I'm giving you another chance. Not because you earned it, but because my mercy runs deeper than your mistakes. My grace is not running out, but the window of protection over this specific situation is narrow, and it requires action now. You might be wondering what the tragedy is. You may not see it clearly, but that doesn't mean it's not real. Sometimes it's not a disaster in the physical sense. Sometimes it's the quiet kind. The kind that steals your joy, that distorts your thinking, that poisons relationships, that delays your destiny without you even knowing. That's the kind I'm warning you about, and it's already been trying to make its way into your life. You've seen glimpses, a sudden heaviness, old patterns rising again, unexpected conflicts, a strange tiredness. That's not random. That's spiritual warfare. But here's what I need you to know. You are not defenseless. My name still holds power. My presence still makes darkness flee. My word still cuts through confusion. I am not asking you to fight this alone. I am asking you to stand close to me, because when you do, what tried to break you has to bow. What tried to delay you must step aside. And what tried to steal from you will be forced to give it back sevenfold. That's what my word says, and I never lie. Some of you feel like you're already in the middle of the tragedy. You think, but God, the worst already happened. No, child. If you're still breathing, the worst didn't win. I don't just warn, I restore. I don't just block danger. I build beauty from ruins. You think you've lost too much, but I see a foundation. You think it's over, but I see the beginning. You think you've failed too many times, but I see someone I'm still willing to use. You think you're broken beyond repair, but I see oil ready to pour from what was crushed. This next season won't be led by how you feel. It must be led by faith. Your feelings will lie. They will tell you I'm not near. They will tell you you're not worthy. But your spirit knows the truth. Your spirit knows this voice. You've always known me. You've wandered, but you've always been mine. That's why you feel the pull. That's why your heart burns as you hear these words. I'm not letting you go without one last call, because I love you far too much to stay silent when danger is near. Comment 1, 2, 1, 2 to say, God, I'm ready to obey. Let me speak directly to your fear, that thing that's been sitting in the back of your mind, quietly whispering what ifs. That voice is not from me. I do not give fear. I give peace. I give soundness of mind. You've been paralyzed by the idea that something bad is about to happen. But listen, if you stay with me, it won't touch you. That tragedy is circling, yes, but it will pass over your house, not because you're perfect, but because my blood covers you, my hand shields you, and your obedience will position you in the safest place you could ever be, my will. There are people you'll have to walk away from, opportunities that look good but are not God, plans that you must surrender because they weren't mine to begin with. This obedience will cost you, but it will never bankrupt you. It will bless you. I don't take without giving more. I don't require surrender without preparing reward, and I don't call you out of something unless I've already prepared something greater. You've been carrying burdens I never asked you to carry. You've been silently suffering while wearing a strong face. But I see beyond the surface. I see the questions that flood your mind at night. I see how you've doubted yourself because the pain lingered longer than you thought it would. I see how you've almost started to believe maybe I've forgotten you, but I haven't. I've been watching every step, listening to every cry, keeping count of every tear. And I need you to know that this delay you're experiencing isn't denial, it's preparation. Comment 777. If you believe your delay is part of God's divine setup, let me speak to the weight you've been carrying. Some of that heaviness is not even yours. You've been absorbing other people's emotions, carrying guilt that I already forgave, holding shame that was never yours to begin with. You've been keeping quiet so others won't worry. But I need you to know that I never asked you to be silent in your suffering. I've been waiting for you to lay it all down. I've been waiting for you to trust me with what you've only been trying to survive. This isn't the season to carry it alone. This is the season to let me lift it from you completely. Why did 19,583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. There's a reason the pressure increased when it did. The enemy always turns up the heat right before the shift. He saw what was about to open in your life and tried to shut it down early. But I stepped in. I held back the full blow. You felt some of the shaking, yes, but it didn't break you. And now you're closer to the turning point than you've ever been. There is a divine reversal coming. The very thing that was meant to break you is going to bless you. The very person that rejected you will witness your rise, and the season that wore you down will become the soil where your testimony grows. Some of you have been asking, God, why does it still feel like I'm under attack when I'm trying to do the right thing? Hear me. Obedience does not cancel opposition. In fact, obedience often invites it. But what obedience does do is guarantee my presence through it all. I never promised the absence of storms. I promised victory in them. And child, you are not fighting alone. You are surrounded by my spirit. You are shielded by my promise. And you are armed with purpose that no demon in hell can cancel. The warfare has been intense because the calling is intense. You're not just being positioned for personal gain. You're being prepared to carry something for others. You are not just meant to survive. You are meant to lead, to build, to heal, and to shine. That's why you've faced what others didn't. That's why your process has been longer, harder, more confusing. Because what I'm preparing you for will require a deeper root, a stronger foundation, and a clearer voice. Comment 999. If you trust God's process, even when it hurts, This is not the end for you. I don't care what the situation looks like right now. I don't care what the enemy said. I don't care what you lost. I am the God of resurrection. I don't just fix broken things, I breathe life back into them. I don't just restore, I renew. I am not limited by your past, your age, your mistakes, or your fears. I am still the God who parts seas, who heals wounds, who breaks chains, who makes a way where there seems to be none. And I'm about to prove that in your life, if you stay close, what's coming next will not be explainable by logic. It will not be something you can take credit for. It will be undeniably me, but it will require your surrender, full surrender, not just with your words, but with your plans. Not just in church, but in your private thoughts. I'm asking you to trust me like never before, because what's on the other side of that trust will be a miracle so personal, so precise, that it will silence every doubt you ever had about whether I was with you. I am with you. In the confusion, in the silence, in the waiting, in the tears, I have never left. You think I've been quiet, but I've been working. You thought I was absent, but I was moving behind the scenes, aligning hearts, shifting environments, releasing provision, blocking distractions, protecting what you couldn't see. You don't need to see it all yet. You just need to keep walking with me, step by step, day by day. And soon, you'll look back and realize it was me the whole time. Do not lose hope. Hope is what keeps your heart alive. Do not let fear choke your faith. Do not let delay destroy your devotion. There is a suddenly coming, and when it comes, it will be fast, it will be clear, and it will be undeniable. But it will only come to those who stayed faithful, who stayed ready, who listened when others tuned me out. That's why I've been waking your spirit. That's why you're still listening, because you're one of them. You're part of the remnant, the chosen, the ones who won't give up. So take this moment seriously. Speak to your fear and tell it to leave. Speak to your doubt and tell it to be quiet. Open your heart again. Trust me again. Walk forward again. Because I'm not done writing your story. The enemy wanted to end your chapter here, but I'm just turning the page. There's more, so much more, and it starts with you saying yes, again, fully, completely. You're not forgotten. You're not unseen. You're not abandoned. You are mine. You were mine when you felt strong, and you are still mine when you feel weak. I do not choose you based on how perfect your performance has been. I choose you because of who I created you to be. You were formed in my image. You were made with intention. And the plan I have for you has not been cancelled just because life hasn't gone the way you expected. In fact, what felt like detours were often my hand rerouting you around what would have destroyed you. Comment 1010. If you believe God's plan is still alive over your life, I know it's been hard. I know your heart's grown tired, but this is not the time to quit. This is the time to anchor yourself in my presence and hold tighter than ever before. Because what's coming next will demand your full focus. You cannot walk into the next season carrying the baggage of the last one. You must release what I've asked you to lay down. That includes old shame. That includes fear. That includes the idea that you're not enough. You were never meant to carry all of that. You were only meant to carry faith. The enemy wants you to think you're running out of time. He wants to convince you that it's too late, that the damage is done, that the chance is gone. But I do not operate by deadlines made by man. I do not bless according to your age, your qualifications, or your timing. I move according to purpose, and your purpose hasn't expired. The doors I open are still ahead. The miracles I promised are still alive. The restoration I've spoken over your life is already in motion, but you must believe me more than you believe the lies. Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financially freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19,000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. Let me remind you, I am not just a God of warnings, I'm a God of wonders. Yes, I've been warning you because the enemy has planned tragedy, but I have also been preparing miracles. I have been setting things in place that you haven't even seen yet. While you've been fighting battles, I've been building blessings. While you've been surviving the fire, I've been refining your future. You will not come out of this empty. You will not come out of this broken beyond repair. You will come out stronger, wiser, more grounded, and more anointed than ever before. You've questioned me. You've said, God, why is it taking so long? But the wait was not wasted. Every minute I kept you waiting was a minute I was working. You couldn't see it, but I was preparing hearts, aligning the right people, removing the wrong ones, softening the places that were once hard, and carving out a space for what's coming. What's taking shape now couldn't have happened if I'd answered you sooner. You would have stepped into it before you were ready. But I've been growing your roots in private so you can carry fruit in public. Comment 1515 if you believe the wait is part of the blessing. Now, listen to me carefully. You must protect your atmosphere. Watch who you allow close to you in this season. Not everyone is carrying peace. Some are carrying confusion. Some are carrying jealousy. Some are carrying discouragement that will try to attach itself to your spirit. Guard your peace. Stay in my word. Don't chase after what looks good. Chase what carries my presence. Don't open every door just because it knocks. Ask me. I will show you which ones I've opened and which ones are traps. And you must watch your words. Speak life even when you feel surrounded by death. Speak my promises when you feel pressure. Your words carry weight. Don't curse what I'm trying to bless. Don't declare defeat when I'm declaring victory. The enemy listens too, and he uses your words against you. So speak my word. Speak it loud. Speak it often. Speak it even when it doesn't feel true yet. That's faith. And that's what unlocks the miracles waiting behind the veil. You will start to see signs. Small shifts. Tiny confirmations. They are not coincidences. They are my fingerprints. I will send people to speak into your life at just the right time. I will give you dreams. I will stir your heart. I will remind you in unexpected ways that I am near. Don't ignore those signs. Don't dismiss those nudges. That is me. I am making sure you don't walk blind. I am lighting your path. I promised I would never leave you, and I haven't. I've been here all along, even in the silence. There's a peace coming that you've never felt before. It's not just a break from the storm, it's peace in the middle of it. You won't even understand it fully. Others will ask how you're still standing, and you won't be able to explain it. That's what happens when I guard a heart. That's what happens when my presence surrounds someone. You will walk through fire and not be burned. You will stand in storms and not be shaken, because I am the one holding you up. Not your strength, not your plans, not your willpower, but me. Don't fear what's next. I've already gone ahead of you. I've prepared the way. I've cleared what needed to be removed. I've broken curses you didn't know existed. I've cancelled plans that were being made against you. I've released angels to guard you. and I've poured fresh oil over your life. You are not walking into the unknown, you're walking into alignment. Every step forward is a step into destiny. Every step forward is a step away from the danger that once circled you. You are covered. Your obedience is building a wall around you. Every time you lean in to hear me, instead of the noise, you tighten the seal of my protection over your life. Every time you reject fear and say, God, I'll trust you, you break another weapon formed against you. You've been asking me to fight for you, and I have been. But now I'm asking you to believe like someone who knows I'm fighting. No more doubting what I already spoke. No more shrinking when I've called you to stand. This is your moment of clarity. The darkness around you is no match for the light I placed within you. You don't need to fear what's coming, but you do need to be ready. I don't reveal tragedy to bring panic. I reveal it to activate preparation. There are shifts ahead, sudden ones. You must be grounded in me to stay steady. If you keep holding on to your own understanding, you will feel overwhelmed. But if you anchor yourself in my voice, you will be like a tree planted by streams of water, unshaken, alive, fruitful, even in dry places. And make no mistake, you are about to step into places that once seemed unreachable, but only if you let me guide every step. Comment 1717. If you believe God is directing your next steps, let me tell you what the enemy has been trying to steal. Not just your peace, but your clarity. He's been after your vision. If he can blur what you see, he can distort what you believe. That's why confusion has been louder lately. That's why your thoughts have been clouded. But I am clearing the air now. I'm exposing every lie. The ones that told you you're not strong enough. The ones that whispered, God doesn't care. The ones that tried to convince you that this is just how life will always be. No, those voices are not mine. I speak truth. I speak life. And my word over you has not changed. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people, and the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, cleared debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Here is my word to you now. You are stepping into divine alignment. The pain was preparation, the delay was training, the silence was strategy. I have been developing you quietly because what you're about to carry cannot be built in the noise. It had to be formed in fire. You are not weak because you've cried. You are not broken because you've doubted. You are human, but I am your strength, and I don't give up on the ones I've chosen. This next stretch will require something different from you. You can't do things the way you used to. You can't numb the pressure with distraction. You can't keep pretending that you're fine when you're bleeding inside. I need your honesty. I need your surrender. I need your whole heart. Not because I'm trying to take from you, but because I'm trying to give you more than you ever knew you needed. What's ahead cannot be carried by half obedience. I need your full yes. You've been asking me for confirmation, and this is it. You said, God, if this is really you, speak to me in a way I'll know. Well, here I am, telling you that you are not here by chance, that I see you, that I know exactly what's trying to destroy your faith, and I will not let it win, but I need you to fight with me. Stop letting your emotions make decisions. Your spirit should be leading. The enemy plays with feelings. I lead through truth, and the truth is, you are on the edge of something new. Comment amen. If your spirit knows this is for you, you are entering a season of exposure. I will expose what's been working against you in silence. I will show you who's been close to your life but far from your good. I will reveal hidden motives, delayed attacks, even generational patterns that tried to repeat through you. Why? Because I want you free. Completely. Not halfway delivered, not partly healed. Free. And sometimes freedom starts with removal. Do not mourn what I remove. Celebrate it. Trust that I see what you cannot. When I take, it's always to protect. When I close, it's always to cover. Now listen, your faith has power. Real power. When you pray, things move, even if you can't see it, even if you don't feel it. Your prayers have kept storms from your door. Your worship has confused demons. Your consistency has silenced accusations from hell. Do not underestimate what happens when you stay faithful. Heaven moves at the sound of your faith. That is why I'm urging you to keep praying, keep declaring, keep believing. You're not wasting your breath, you're releasing authority. And it is breaking things you didn't even know had you bound. There will be a moment soon, very soon, where everything will make sense. You'll look back at the tears and see the purpose. You'll look back at the delays and see protection. You'll look back at the closed doors and thank me for every single one. But for now, I'm asking you to walk blind with full trust. That's the kind of obedience that brings breakthrough. The kind that says, God, I don't see it yet, but I'll still follow. That's faith. And it is pleasing to me. Yes, the danger is real, but so is the covering. Yes, the enemy has been planning, but I've been preparing. Nothing has caught me off guard. Not the attack, not the betrayal, not the emotional storm you've been under. I saw it before it began, and I'm the one who's been holding you together even while everything around you has been falling apart. You thought you were barely surviving, but what you don't realize is that you've been protected. You thought the silence meant I had walked away, but silence was the space where I was sheltering you. You haven't seen the full force of what was coming against you because I blocked it. You didn't feel the full pain of what was said about you because I covered your heart. You didn't collapse in the pressure because my hand held you up when you didn't have the strength. The enemy knows he cannot destroy you directly, so he's been working to make you self-destruct. But I'm cutting that plan off now. I'm pulling you out of the thoughts that have been strangling your spirit. You will not live in fear. You will not drown in sorrow. You will rise. Comment 222. If you trust me to carry what's too heavy for you, I see how tired you are. Not just physically, but deep down in your soul. You've been trying to keep going when everything in you is screaming to give up. You've smiled when your heart was breaking. You've shown up for others while secretly asking, who's going to show up for me? And I want you to hear me right now. I have never left your side. I have never ignored your tears, and I will not let you fall now. My arms are still open. My grace is still sufficient. My strength is still made perfect in your weakness. This is not a season to hide. This is not a time to pretend you're okay. Bring me the real you. Bring me the messy parts, the broken pieces, the confusion, the anger. I can handle it. I don't just want your worship when it's neat. I want your honesty when it's raw. I want to be your hiding place, not your last resort. I want to be the one you run to, not the one you explain things to when you've already made your decision. I want to lead you before the choice is made, not after the regret sets in. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer, now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations, it's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There is so much I'm about to release into your life. So much that's been stored up, waiting for your heart to align with mine. Not because you've been bad or unworthy, but because the blessing would have crushed you if I gave it too soon. Some of what you call delays were actually divine pauses. I've been maturing your character, strengthening your resolve, teaching your heart how to carry more without being shaken. And now, the release is near, but I need you fully surrendered, fully committed, not halfway in, not still testing if I'm trustworthy. I need your full yes. Comment 333. If your yes is complete and not conditional, let me speak to your fear of failure. I know it well. You've seen doors open before, only to see them slam shut. You've trusted people who turned away. You've believed for breakthroughs that didn't come when you thought they would. And now, you hesitate. You keep your hope quiet because you don't want to be disappointed again. But I want you to hope loud again. I want you to believe again, not because everything is perfect, but because I'm still faithful. The timing didn't cancel the promise. The silence didn't erase the blessing. The wait wasn't a no. It was a not yet. You don't have to be afraid to try again. You don't have to be afraid to love again, to dream again, to take the next step. I go with you, and if you fall, I will catch you. If you stumble, I will steady you. You are not doing this alone. I walk beside you, and I've already walked ahead of you. The trap the enemy set will not prosper. The lie he planted will not grow. The wound he hoped would fester will now be healed. My light is exposing every hidden plan formed against you. I'm also giving you discernment. You've been asking me to show you who's real and who's not, and I will. You've been asking for direction, and I will give it. But be ready for what I show you. Some of what I reveal will hurt, but it will also free you. I don't uncover to embarrass, I uncover to protect. And I will not let your purpose be derailed by deception. I love you too much. That's why I'm setting boundaries where you kept making exceptions. That's why I'm closing chapters you were afraid to end. The next season of your life will be built on truth. No more lies, no more pretending, no more playing small to make others comfortable, no more going quiet when I've called you to speak. This will be the season of clarity, of freedom, of strength, but it starts with obedience. Even when it's hard, even when it means letting go of things you thought you needed. Trust me. What I have is always better. I never take without restoring. I never ask you to lay something down without giving you something greater. And yes, the emergency is still real. The danger has not passed. But your awareness has shifted. You're no longer walking blind. Now you walk covered, prepared, strengthened. This is the protection that comes with obedience. This is the peace that follows. Surrender. This is the power of staying close to me when everything around you is shaking. You will not be swallowed by the storm. You will walk through it and come out stronger. The battle you've been in hasn't just been about where you are, it's about where I'm taking you. That's why the pressure has been increasing. That's why the noise has been louder. That's why the spiritual warfare hasn't let up, because what's ahead of you is so significant, the enemy had to try everything to stop you before you got there. But he failed, because you're still here, still standing, still listening, still holding on, even if it's by a thread, and I'm not letting go of you. I never was. Comment, Amen, if you believe I'm still holding you, even now. There's a shift coming to your atmosphere, but it will not happen by accident. It will come through faith, through focus, through full surrender. I am calling you to walk differently. to speak differently, to guard your heart like never before. This isn't a season where you can afford to be casual with your faith. You can't keep feeding your fears and wondering why your spirit feels dry. You can't keep entertaining doubt and expect your mind to stay strong. What you allow in your space matters. And right now, I am telling you, protect what I've planted in you. There are people in your life that were never assigned to your journey. They attached themselves to your favor, but not to your growth. They celebrated you when you were useful, but not when you were vulnerable. I've seen the pain they caused. I've heard the names they whispered behind your back, and I've watched you try to keep peace at the cost of your own joy. But I'm speaking now. Let them go. You don't need their approval. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to carry the weight of holding relationships together that I've already ended. Comment 1111 if you're ready to walk free from every person who was never sent by me. You are stepping into a season where peace will be your weapon. Not the absence of conflict, but the presence of my spirit so deep within you that nothing can shake you. The same spirit that calmed the winds and waves will calm the storm inside of you. I am not asking you to fake strength. I am giving you real strength, the kind that comes from knowing I go before you, beside you, behind you. You will not enter the next chapter empty. You will walk in with fresh oil, with renewed authority, with a deeper awareness of my voice. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds, but this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. Don't let your past define your pace. Just because it took a long time to get through the last storm doesn't mean the next breakthrough will take just as long. I can shift things in an instant. I can release blessings in one breath. I can turn hearts, open doors, make ways where there were none, because I am God and I am still moving. But I need your faith to be stronger than your fear. I need your worship to be louder than your worry. I need your focus to stay on me, not on what's happening around you. The tragedy the enemy planned was meant to break your spirit, but instead it's going to become the very reason your spirit is stronger. I'm turning what was meant for evil into something you will testify about. I'm turning your breakdown into breakthrough, your pain into power, your sorrow into strategy. You are not going through this for nothing. Every tear has been counted. Every sleepless night has been seen. Every prayer you whispered in the dark, I heard them all. And I'm responding now, not with comfort alone, but with divine instruction. Obedience is going to be your escape route. The moment you say yes fully, without condition, you'll see things begin to shift. You've been asking me to change your situation, but I'm asking you to trust me with your next step. You don't need to see the full picture. You just need to obey the next word, the next move I give you. That act of obedience will unlock what you've been praying for. You've waited long enough. Now walk in it. There's a boldness rising in you. I placed it there. The days of shrinking back are over. The days of apologizing for your anointing are over. You've been silent to keep others comfortable, but now I'm calling you to speak. You've been walking small to stay unnoticed, but now I'm calling you to lead. This world needs what I've put in you, and it will not stay hidden any longer. Your voice will carry healing. Your presence will carry peace. Your steps will carry purpose. You are marked, not by your past, but by my power. You may not feel qualified, but I don't call the qualified. I qualify the called. and you are called, chosen, set apart, even if no one else sees it yet, even if they doubted you, even if they tried to label you based on who you used to be. I see you clearly. I see who you are becoming. And I will not let their opinions drown out my plans. Stay close to me. Keep your ear near to my voice. The louder the world gets, the softer I speak, because I want you to come closer, and I promise what you find when you do will be more than enough. Don't wait until everything feels right. Obedience isn't about comfort, it's about trust, and I'm asking for yours right now. The tragedy was scheduled, but your obedience will cancel it. Your surrender will break the pattern. Your yes will shift the atmosphere around you. This is your moment. Don't let it slip by. Everything changes when you believe what I've already said about you. You are walking through holy ground right now. Not because the place you're in is perfect, but because I am in it with you. Every step you've taken lately has felt uncertain. Every decision has felt heavier than usual. That's not your imagination. That's spiritual weight. The kind that comes when you are standing on the edge of a shift. And I am the one who allowed that weight to increase, not to crush you, but to prepare you, because what you're about to carry, what you're about to walk into, cannot be taken lightly. You've been called to carry the fire of transformation, and that fire is costly. You don't need to keep asking if you've missed it. You haven't. If you had, you wouldn't still feel me drawing you back. I don't draw what I've given up on. I don't call what I've cancelled. You are still called, still purposed, still included in my plan. Even with the flaws, even with the failure, even with the fear. You think I'm shocked by your weakness? I'm not. I factored in every struggle before I ever placed the calling on you. And still I chose you. Still I said yes to you. Comment 777. If you believe I still have a plan for your life, even now, I see what's been trying to pull you away. The quiet doubts, the disappointments that drained your hope, the voices around you saying, maybe it's not for you. But I speak louder than all of that. I'm still whispering truth in the middle of confusion. I'm still speaking peace over the chaos. And I'm telling you right now, do not pull back. You are not disqualified. You are not too broken. You are not behind. You are exactly where I need you to be, and I am still leading you forward. Some of you are waiting for a sign, a miracle, a sudden shift before you believe again. But child, the fact that you're still here is the sign. The fact that your heart hasn't completely hardened is proof that I'm still working. I never stopped. Even when you couldn't feel me, I was healing things inside you that you didn't even have the words to pray for. Even in your silence, I was defending you. Even in your frustration, I was protecting your future. I've seen you cry out, Lord, I don't know what you're doing anymore, and that's okay. I never asked you to understand everything. I only asked you to trust me. You want clarity, but I'm after your trust. You want peace, but I'm after your surrender. And the truth is, once you surrender, the peace will come. You're not at war with the world, you're at war with what you won't let go of. But when you finally release it, when you truly say, not my will, Lord, but yours, the shift will begin. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150 million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You're closer to the other side than you think. That pressure in your chest, That stirring that won't go away, that's not anxiety. That's your spirit recognizing something is breaking open. It's transition. And transition always comes with discomfort. It never feels clean. But it's the pathway to transformation. You are being stretched because you're about to step into something larger than your past. And the room I'm creating for you doesn't fit the old version of you. So let it stretch you. Let it refine you. Let it grow you. Comment 999. If you're ready to let go of the old and step into what's new, this is not just about you. There are people assigned to your obedience, people whose lives will be impacted because you chose to listen, to stay faithful, to walk through the fire and not turn back. You're not just fighting for yourself, you're breaking cycles for your family.